more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. And if you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging, painful, it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself. It's worth it. You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
During a trying time such as this, where we all need to stay inside and waste away at our lives, a professional such as myself truly gets to shine. And I figured I shall guide you all on things you can do while you have all this free time, and mainly use this as an opportunity to talk about all of my favorite things. The mighty expanse of YouTube is something you are probably quite familiar with, but as something of an old-timer myself, I know of some of the best channels out there to enjoy with tons of good content that doesn't get old. Afro is a creator you can tell has nothing but pure passion for what he does just by watching a single video. His charm and comedy shine through his videos, even with the large amount of time and effort clearly seen in editing each video. I highly recommend his Sekiro playthrough, as it is one of the best of any game ever and keeps you coming for more each time. These guys are just so damn entertaining. Whether you're into history, mythology, modern literature, you name it, they've probably covered it and make it super fun. The Trope Talk series is one of my favorites, as she really shows you some in-depth techniques and do's and don'ts of writing fiction for an aspiring writer such as myself. This can be very useful.
Stop! You motherfucker! I never should have started a fucking Let's Play channel with you. I got you, bro. I got you. No. Oh shit.
These two boys can make any kids in the neighborhood let out a hearty chuckle, and with their quick wit and bountiful bits, the comedy never slows down with Matt and Ryan. I don't have the time to recommend all that I want to, but I'd say a good point of interest is their podcast and live action videos. These will really give you a feel for those lovely boys, so you can just hop into a series that interests you. The meaning of life is a question asked quite often. These boys, comprised of YouTubers Markiplier and Create Gameplays, both of whom I'm sure you've heard of, have taken that question to a new height and decided to do stupid experiments and learn new things to find the answer. The whole point of the channel is that they will delete it and everything else after 1 year, as to drive home the point that everything is temporary and enjoy it while it lasts, and I think that's really important. I recommend starting anywhere. There's no real need for an order, but I promise it'll be worth it. Video games have always been an important part of my life, and I think they're an absolutely fantastic way for people to come together and make new friends or get closer to your current ones, but also to escape. To just sit back and let it all melt away as you immerse yourself in a fantastical journey. I could talk about video games all day, but I'm just going to mention a few that I think everyone will appreciate right about now. This is just one of those games everybody knows about, and for good reason. I don't think I really need to explain it, but just get creative and go hang out with some friends. I've been playing this since the 4th grade, and I've built some wild and crazy things in my time. The simplistic nature is so endearing, and you just get to go hog wild and build whatever you want. The memories you make in Minecraft are always going to be with you, some of the best in your life. And if you aren't in the mood for a calm, chilled game like this, then I would recommend... Now listen, hold on, wait. I know what you're thinking. that I'm better than to play Fortnite. But listen. The game is really fun when you have friends to play with. Just hopping in a game in the middle of the night and doing really well, but then not getting a win for 2 hours straight. It's fun. The past few weeks, my friends and I have been playing it all the time. It's been so much fun to just be a bunch of absolute idiots together. And I recommend to just go out and have fun. And make some new friends while you're at it. Now this was my real point when talking about video games, as Persona 5 is my favorite game of all time, for lots of reasons, but that's something I can get into in another video. For now, I'm talking about this, because in a few days, Persona 5 The Royal comes out, which is a retelling of the original game, and if there was ever a time to get into the series, it's now. It follows the story of the Phantom Thieves as they steal the hearts of those that plague society in order to make a change. The game is filled to the brim with stuff to do, so you never get bored, like flirting with your goth doctor. The cast is absolutely to die for, and many wives to be had. On is the only real choice. The gameplay is smooth, and the action never gets old, especially for a turn-based RPG. There are a wide variety of abilities and personas to be had, and it gives you freedom to build how you want. While you have this free time, go out and buy it. I promise you won't be disappointed. This game is just like an anime. What are you, a weeb or something? Now, I know, anime is getting a bit more mainstream and less weird or whatever, but I've always been a bit timid about my absolute love for this medium. But no more. I am a fucking weeb. Hajime no Ippo is the dictionary definition of a good sports anime. I have an obsession with boxing because of this show. It follows the story of Ippo, a young man who has an encounter with a professional boxer and decides to take on the world, and so begins his love for boxing. He gains many rivals and friends along the road to the top. If you're looking for about 125 episodes of fantastic fights and feel-good moments, then just watch it, please. Like, just look at come on. God, I never hear anyone talk about Monster, but it's so good. It's around 70 episodes and some of the best thriller and mystery media I have ever ingested. It never gets boring, and there's constant twists and turns and realizations. It follows the story of Dr. Tenma, who saves a boy from an injury, and years later the boy comes back to haunt him and his very being. That's as little as I can give you for the sake of the mystery, but please go watch it if you're in the mood for some thriller. The story is rich, and it really just makes you question everyone around you. I feel like we should all take some time for some good, sad moments, and Clannad is perfect for that. In layman's terms, it's the story about a delinquent who finds love in a girl at a school who has big dreams. This show made me cry more than I would like to admit, but it's so good nonetheless. It's a great love story and a real roller coaster. The characters are all so lovable, and you would kill for Nagisa's dad. I promise. Clannad hits you like a truck, but after stories where it really comes from behind. So good luck, soldiers. Ah, JoJo. From fighting your evil vampire stepbrother to overthrowing the Italian mafia with the power of friendship, JoJo is just so goddamn good. And each part is so different, but all the same in a really weird sense. The themes are just so good, and I'll make a video about JoJo for sure. But for now, just enjoy these beautiful scenes. When you catch up, I highly recommend reading the mangas for part 6 and 7. It'll keep your cravings satisfied until Stone Ocean gets animated. If ever. Ava just has a special place in my heart. I love it to death, and it really made me take a look at myself and change. The story of the young boy, Shinji, and the end of the world, and how it really searches and picks the human mind is captivating. The show has amazing action to straight depression and everything in between. The finale of it, the end of Evangelion, is a literal cinematic masterpiece and stands today as one of my favorite movies of all time. After you finish all that, the rebuild movies are good as well to give you a different spin on it all. I owe a lot to who I am today thanks to this masterpiece, and I think everyone should give it a shot and just make their own interpretation of it, because it's all about learning for yourself. Words cannot describe my love for One Piece, and now is a better time than ever to talk about it and convince others to start the journey. And by the way, I recommend the manga over the anime any day, but as long as you skip the filler, the anime isn't half bad. Who knew that the simple journey of a kid and his friends that changed the world around them would mean so much to me? Because I don't think I would have ever called it, but that's just how good this is. It follows a boy named Monkey D. Luffy as he crosses the world in search of the One Piece, which, once he finds it, will make him the Pirate King, the freest man in the world. As he forms the Straw Hat Pirates, a group of loving people who have their own dreams, but support their captain's dream above all, you will feel like a member of the family with the Straw Hats without a doubt. Mangaka Eiichiro Oda has done a masterful job in the near 25 years of serialization at creating a world that feels alive. The world seems rather small and simple at first, but rapidly grows to a massive size with dozens of questions that, when answered, usually create even more in their wake. In what is obviously approaching the last few years of the series, we still have more questions by the day, and they are all so captivating to witness. I don't want to talk about any major plot points because I'm trusting you'll go watch it, but just trust me, this show is so damn good. Anime is an awesome thing, but to anyone that is timid about it or is afraid they'll get judged for liking it, don't. Please. I've always been like that and I know it's no fun. Anyone who judges another for a passion doesn't deserve one of their own. For those who don't want to get into it out of fear of criticism or maybe because it looks weird to you, just give it a shot. You'll probably be surprised with yourself.